One program that aims to teach kids about the great outdoors is now at risk as federal government spending still grapples with shortages of funds available. Thanks for joining us for Newswatch 12 at 6. I'm Haley Gravitt. Rocky Walker shares how funding cuts could be coming to the outdoor school program.
One of the things that brings the state of Oregon together, and I think I'm disappointed with this particular approach, but I also understand where it's coming from.
Conversation in the legislature just hours ago before moving forward with the Legislative Fiscal Office recommendations to cut $12 million, or a fifth of the funding for the Outdoor Schools program. A program voted for by Oregonians with funding coming from Oregon lottery funds.
I'm questioning what's happening. I mean, this money was earmarked. It was passed by the voters with an overwhelming majority. So why would it be on the chopping block? That doesn't make sense to me.
The program giving all 5th and 6th graders in the state access to a free week-long outdoor education program.
Oh my gosh,
now
it's
just
so
let
cute.
it go in the water.
We have kids who either very rarely show up for school, or when they do show up for school, they're not engaged whatsoever, but they're like the most engaged and excited and happiest kids when they're at outdoor school.
The legislative committee says the cuts are within the guidelines of the measure for funding, but those in the outdoor schools fear that these students could fall through the cracks with the extreme cuts, and the adults, they fear for their livelihoods.
Oh my gosh, what's going to happen to my job?
A program voted for by the people, leading the nation, with those working on the programs saying they're at risk. Sending letters to the legislature to not follow the proposed budget cuts from the Legislative Fiscal Office, letting them know that they fear its effects on the community.
I fear that requirement for funding will be passed on to families, district schools, and they just don't have it. They will prioritize other things, I'm sure.
While voting to move forward with the proposed budget, they called the maintenance of the program funds an aspiration, not a necessity. In Jackson County, I'm Rocky Walker.